The Nintendo Wii U is a successor to one of Nintendo's highest selling consoles, the Nintendo Wii. Despite that, the Wii U has become Nintendo's worst selling console. Well, except for the Color TV game, but we don't talk about that one. Before we can talk about the Wii U, we have to talk about its predecessor, the Wii. The Wii was conceptualized shortly after the release of the wildly popular GameCube. Shigeru Miyamoto said that in the early stages, they decided they would not aim to compete on hardware power, but instead would prioritize new gameplay concepts. That statement is not very surprising coming from Nintendo, as the company has never really been on top when it comes to hardware power. The Wii only released a week after the PlayStation 3. The PS3 renders in 720p, while the Wii only rendered at a maximum of 480p. Despite that, the Wii was going to be Nintendo's 7th gen console alongside the Xbox 360 and the PS3. The main selling point of those last two that I just mentioned was improved technical power, allowing the consoles to do things never even imaginable. The Wii's selling point was that there was two separate controllers, one of which kind of looked like a nunchuck. Yeah. But these controllers were actually the most crucial part of the Wii. The remote contains an MEMS-based 3-dimension accelerometer, along with infrared detection sensors located at the far end of the controller. To you, even to me, that sounds like a whole lot of word diarrhea. So basically, these things in the controller allowed it to sense movements, something which is also known as gyro controls. So for example, if your character is holding a sword and you swing your controller, your character swings the sword. Now, this isn't something new nowadays, but at the time, this was something like revolutionary. The reason why this was the main selling point of the console was tied to the games that came with it, Wii Sports. This game was the best showcase for gyro controls they could have ever come up with. The game was fun for all ages. You and your whole family could have fun playing virtual tennis until someone throws the controller at the TV. Or your whole family could have fun playing virtual bowling until again, someone throws the controller at the TV. Or you could beat the hell out of your 86-year-old grandma virtually. Of course. Wii Sports is easily what made the Wii more of a fad than a true gaming console. Most avid gamers just picked up an Xbox 360 or a PS3, while the masses steered towards the Wii. And when I say masses, I mean 101.63 million people steered towards the Wii. Now, Wii Sports wasn't the only game that utilized the gyro controls of the Wii Remote. There was a plethora of different accessories and controllers you could buy to play all kinds of different game modes and games, such as the Wii Wings. Then you got the Wii Cooking Mama Pan and Utensils. I think you get the point. There was a lot of weird Wii controllers. The Wii was great. Even though it was my first console, like, ever, I'm not gonna be blinded by nostalgia and say it was perfect. Nintendo realized that the Wii had many flaws and started thinking of how to improve. So in 2008, Nintendo got to work on their first full HD capable console. This time, however, Nintendo was competing against the Xbox One and PS4. Nintendo also realized that the Wii catered more to casual gamers, so they were gonna make a system that would bring the core gamers back. Rumors surrounding the console would start floating around in 2008, with speculation of an upcoming revision of the Wii scheduled for 2011, known as the Wii HD. In April 2011, an uncredited source indicated that Nintendo was planning to unveil a successor to the Wii, known as Project Cafe. Cafe was supposedly a high-definition console with backwards compatibility with Wii software. Conflicting reports also surrounded the new console's controller, with reports suggesting a tablet-like device with an embedded touchscreen and the ability to stream games directly from the console to the screen. While others reported that the controller would be similar to the GameCube controller and feature dual analog sticks, shoulder buttons, and triggers. But as we know now, only one of those rumors ended up being true. The console that had been known by the codename Project Cafe was revealed at E3 2011 as the Wii U. Saying that the showcase was horrible is an understatement. They kept referring to the console as the new controller. They only showed the actual console in like one frame of the whole presentation. So everybody was thinking, wow, okay, so we had been thinking there was going to be a huge new HD console. Everybody just thought it was an accessory to the Wii. They also didn't really showcase any cool features. Well, like, why wow, you can see the golf ball if you put the tablet on the floor while playing Wii Sports. Most of it wasn't anything new, like at all. And like the golf ball, it didn't actually really matter. Like, wow, you can see more of the ground. So yeah, the Wii U had been marketed terribly. Nintendo absolutely dropped the ball and ineffectively marketed the Wii U, and with most gamers unsure of what the Wii U actually was, this confusion translated into absolutely poor sales for the console. Nintendo really pushed Wii U's gamepad in a lot of its marketing. Wii U sounded too similar to the Wii, and this supported gamers' ideas that the Wii U wasn't a console. Surely a new Nintendo console would have its own distinct name. The Wii U's starting prices didn't help this either. At $299 for the basic bundle and $349 for the deluxe bundle, the Wii U's introductory prices mixed with gamers' perception that it was just a new controller for the Wii. And yeah, that really turned people's heads away. Unfortunately, confusion about the Wii U's identity is still present to this day, which shows how poorly Nintendo marketed it. The Wii U's gamepad was its star attraction and actually had some really neat ideas. Again, they showcased them horribly, but the only problem was that Nintendo didn't fully develop these ideas. The Wii U's gamepad gave gamers the option to play their games on a handheld device instead of their TV, which was similar to Sony's PS Vita, being able to stream PS3 and PS4 games via remote play. The Wii U, however, kept everything in one bundle, meaning that you didn't need to buy two separate consoles to play in handheld mode. Despite creating the beginnings of a hybrid console, the Wii U's gamepad wasn't perfect. It was big, bulky, it wasn't a true handheld console, as you needed to be within range of the Wii U to be able to use it. The gamepad also had poor battery life, and its touchscreen features felt more gimmicky than fun. So, the Wii U's gamepad was a good idea, but Nintendo underbaked and overmarketed it, resulting in disappointing reception. There also wasn't much third-party support for the Wii U. Nintendo wanted the Wii U to share features of a conventional games console. The Wii U's hardware was in a weird spot. It had a relatively good GPU, but an underpowered CPU, and Nintendo was way behind competition with regards to online play. This gave developers a hard time in releasing third-party titles for the Wii U. And so they didn't. With next-gen consoles coming around the corner, third-party developers instead opted to focus on creating games for them. Sure, you could argue that Nintendo excels on strong first-party games, but there was not many of those launch titles either. And despite the Wii U getting some brilliant games, yes, it was the original birthplace for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there wasn't enough standout titles for gamers to justify buying it. Despite the Wii U being an 8th generation console alongside the PS4 and Xbox One, its hardware was significantly worse than the upcoming PS4 and Xbox One. Also, in comparison to the Wii U, the PS4's and the Xbox One's marketing campaigns, they were night and day. With exciting new consoles and games coming up, gamers were happy to skip the Wii U and enjoy the true next generation experience that Sony and Microsoft's consoles promised. The Wii U put Nintendo in a very uncomfortable position. However, Nintendo managed to get it all together and come up with the incredibly successful Nintendo Switch. Now, it wasn't all bad for the Wii U. The console had a strong sense of community, mainly due to the social network created for the Wii U and the 3DS, known as Miiverse. Integrated into so many games, Miiverse allowed players to interact and share their experiences by way of handwritten messages, drawings, text, or screenshots, and sometimes game videos in dedicated communities. Unfortunately, the Miiverse would shut down on August 29th, 2017. So, the Nintendo Wii U was really weird, but it had its own charm that no other console has replicated. But yeah, that's gonna have to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to click that big red subscribe button to never miss any future uploads. I make kind of video essay style videos on all kinds of topics within gaming, so if that interests you, click it. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, genuinely, and I'm out.